Today you guys are going to do a lab where you're measuring pressure and temperature, and you're trying to find the relationship between them. Now remember, pressure is the measure of gas particles bouncing off the walls of a container. It's force divided by area. It's measured in kilopascals in the SI system, pounds per square inch in America, right? So tire pressure is how much air is bouncing off the inside walls of your tires. So the pressure sensors, when you plug those in, they auto ID, and this pops up and it says the air pressure in my room right now is 92.7 kilopascals. Hopefully you're going to get good temperature sensors today, but in the event that we use the old ones, which detect just fine, they just don't auto ID, remember, in order to set that up, you'll plug the sensor in and then you come up to sensors, you do sensor setup, and wherever you plugged it in should be channel 2. You're going to say there is actually a sensor there. It's a temperature sensor, and these are in alphabetical order, so you scroll down to temperature, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. The ones that you guys would use if they don't auto ID are called direct connect temperature probes. Push OK, and then OK again. Now the temperature it reads should be somewhere between 20 and 30 degrees. If it is, then you pick the right one. Okay, this one reads 25.1 degrees Celsius, so that's good. Okay, the other thing that's a little bit different today is you guys are going to be using not the time-based mode, but a selected events mode. So you come over here to the mode button, and then you touch the top. We don't want time-based, we want selected events. OK. And then go to your graph screen, and your graph automatically shows temperature and pressure versus event. But we don't want that. So in order to get this in the orientation we want, we come up, we push graph, show graph, graph 1, and then down at the bottom we want to change this from event to temperature. So now we have a graph of pressure versus temperature, and we're ready to start collecting data. When you push play, okay, it doesn't actually collect any data yet. It waits. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to put the flask in whatever. You're going to follow the lab directions. It says wait for the readings to stabilize. So over here on the right you get a pressure reading. Okay, it's always going to be bouncing around a little bit. You'll also have a temperature reading. This one should stabilize. Wait for this one so it's only bouncing around 1 or 2, and then once everything is done changing, then you push the keep button down here at the bottom, and you'll do that 4 times for 4 different temperatures, and then when you're all done you can stop data collection. Okay? Now the analysis on this is going to be done. You can do it right here on the LabQuest, but it's easier to do it on your iPad. So if you connect to your iPad, and remember to do that, you launch graphical analysis, right? So you guys all have that app, the graphical analysis app, and then to connect to your LabQuest you push this plus button up here and you find your iPad out of the list. Now I've already got my data here, but there it is. Okay? And one of the things you have to do is you have to get the equation of the line that passes through all your points. Okay? And this is really, really easy on the iPad. You just select your points, okay, and tap inside of it and decide, well, what is that? Is that a linear graph or is it quadratic? This one looks fairly linear, so I touch linear, push add, and then it gives me the equation of my line over here. Now, the standard equation is y equals mx plus b for a line. Remember, y is over here, so that's pressure, m is slope, b is my y-intercept, and x is my x value, which is temperature. So really this line says pressure equals 0.28 or 0.265 times temperature plus 85.571 kPa, right? That's my y-intercept. Okay, so there's a question on the lab where you actually have to go through and do all that. So remember, that's pretty straightforward. If you have troubles, let me know. Otherwise, good luck.